Today's video is sponsored by Picker's Grip. Stop dropped picks and pick rotation while playing with Picker's Grip. Made with all natural ingredients in Virginia. Check out their website to order. When you support my sponsor, this also supports my channel and it's very much appreciated. Today at Robert's Guitar Dungeon, we're checking out the Electro Harmonix Metal Muff Distortion. And more specifically, why I hate this pedal. First off, let me start off by saying that I absolutely love everything that Electro Harmonix is doing right now. They have completely revamped their product line and refocused their product towards a little bit more different demographic of guitar players, and the stuff that they're putting out right now I think is absolutely fantastic. The Canyon delay is absolutely stellar. That is a very strong competitor for my favorite delay, the Boss DD7. They just came out with a reverb equivalent called the Oceans 11, which is already now on back order at a lot of places, and it was just released. I recently bought a Soul Food overdrive, and I was shocked at how much I love that overdrive pedal. Fantastic job there. I did a video on that not long ago. You can check that out down below. Electro Harmonix right now, just they've got it together. Now, the reason why I did this video, however, is because a few months back I did a video on the top 7 worst pedals ever, and in that video, this pedal, the Metal Muff, was featured. And not only was it featured, but there was a whole contingent of Metal Muff fanboys out there that absolutely lost their mind that I included it. I took a lot of heat for that. Most of the heat that I took, by the way, I thought was absolutely hysterical, but a lot of nasty trolling comments nonetheless. So I refused. I've actually owned this pedal twice in my life. Neither time have I ever been able to get a usable tone out of it, no matter what I did. However, a friend of mine actually happened to see that video and mentioned that he still has a Metal Muff, and had been sitting at home at his house collecting dust because he doesn't use it because he hates it, and he can't sell it because nobody wants it. So he offered to let me borrow it and do a video about why I hate this pedal. And what you just heard is pretty much every reason why I hate this pedal. And by the way, just so you know, everything that I was using in this video, I was using my 2016 USA Gibson Explorer, the Metal Muff, and my JCM 900 head into my Marshall 1960A cabinet, and that's it. No other effects or funny business or anything like that going on. I did when I did compare the Metal Muff to the amp distortion, I did turn on the DD7 delay for that, but that was, the Metal Muff was not going through the signal at all. It was in bypass mode. Also, just so you know how I'm recording it, the way that this is being recorded is there's a couple of mics on the cabinet, on the speaker cabinet. There is a blue Encore 100i on the top right speaker, basically right up on the speaker itself, just off the cone. And on the bottom left-hand speaker, there is an EV96, ND96 microphone about a foot and a half away from it. And that's a kind of a higher output Supercardioid mic. And both of those are going straight into a Tascam 4-track recorder. And the 4-track recorder is synced up directly with the camera. So other than maybe a slight level adjustment, what you hear on the video is a pretty close representation of what it actually sounds like here in the room. Not going through a DAW, we're not doctoring it up, after it was recorded or any of that, none of it. So what you see and hear in this case is what you get. If I were to describe what this pedal sounds like, I would describe it as 2 galvanized trash cans having intercourse. The big metal trash cans, the galvanized steel, the ones that the WWE guys bash each other over the head with all the time. Or at least they used to before WWE outlawed headshots anyway, but yeah, those. That's what this thing sounds like. Let's see. The distortion control is pretty unique, because when you turn it all the way down, you almost get a usable tone out of it. Almost. And then when you get up to about 9 o'clock, then it sounds more like the Metal Muff. And then the funny part is it doesn't really do anything as you keep turning it up until you get about 2 o'clock. And then that 2-3 o'clock range is about where the next gain stage really kicks in into full on. It's really the same tone. It's just noisier. You know, and then again, you know, you get down to about 3 or 4 o'clock, and anything past that all the way up, again, it doesn't do anything. So, but I did find that, you know, the sweet spot for it seemed to be right there in the middle at noon. Bass control, anything past noon was completely unusable, way too woofy. The mid control is another funny one because, you know, again, 12 o'clock seems to be the sweet spot there because, you know, you go just past that and it's you know, it's all mids, and you turn it down just a little bit below that and they completely disappear. And when they completely disappear, so does the rest of your guitar tone. The treble control, same thing there. Anything past 12 o'clock is nails on a chalkboard. You know, so, you know, I found that the best balance of tone between between those 4 controls was really all of them at noon. The top boost, as I mentioned, is completely unusable. You probably saw my first reaction to it when I kicked it on the first time, and you know, so because of that, it really doesn't matter where you leave that, you know, where you leave the top boost control, because I will never ever hit that switch ever again. When I bought this pedal the first time, I was thinking it was going to be like a gain boost of some kind, you know, something for, you know, solo boosts and lead fills, things of that nature. And, you know, the first time I stepped on it, and I wanted to love this thing, by the way, I really did. I tried to use it for a long time, and it was just, you know, everybody, you know, my drummer would be covering his ears, and, you know, it was just absolute, you know, it sounded like banshees. I mean, it was that uncomfortable to listen to. And as you just heard, it still is. You know, then of course you got your standard volume control. That, my friends, and more specifically what you just heard, is exactly why I hate this pedal. But that said, just because I hate it, I'm not saying that it doesn't have a place in our world. Despite how much heat the metal zone gets in guitar forums and, you know, and everywhere online, you know, if there's a pedal that everybody out there loves to hate, it's the metal zone. Now, that being said, if you hate the metal zone, this pedal is basically a metal zone on steroids. And like I said, I get why Electro Harmonix came out with it, because, you know, at the time, you know, you had the metal zone, you know, Digitech had that death metal pedal that was basically their version of it that was also total garbage. I don't hate the metal zone, by the way, and I will link up the video down in the description that explains why that is. You know, so you had all these other big pedal companies that all had their metal distortion that was all spawning from the metal zone, which actually was really popular in the 90s. You know, people may hate it now, but that was, as I said in another video recently, you know, me and most of the other guys that I played with, you know, in junior high, that was our distortion. So anyway, getting back to it, this thing, Electro Harmonix didn't really have anything in that market, so they put this out to compete with it. It's right at just about the same price. I think these now they sell for $90.99, I believe. So they're 91 bucks. You know, so they're right there in that under $100 price range, and not worth a dime more than that. But regardless of how much heat those pedals take, they sell a ton of units. You know, I think the only other pedal that's outsold the metal zone in Boss's history, you know, and I'm not positive on this statistic, but but the only pedal I think that's outsold that has been the TU series, the tuner pedals. So Electro Harmonix obviously wanted in on some of that action, which is why this guy came along. So if you're looking for a high gain heavy metal distortion, and you don't have much of a budget to work with, it's fine. You know, that's really who this is designed for. But, you know, if you're looking for serious guitar tone that doesn't sound so overly digitally processed, and you know, and again, doesn't sound like 2 galvanized trash cans having intercourse, this probably isn't what you want. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the little bell icon. If you hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, you're going to make sure that you don't miss out on anything that goes on this channel. Just all the links to this pedal and anything else pertinent in this video will be down in the description. Also, down in the description, you're going to find a link to my new Teespring merch shop. So if you would like to help support this channel, please go pick yourself up a t-shirt. You know, all kinds of cool guitar t-shirts in there. And proceeds, every single one of them, goes to support this channel. And for that, I am very, very grateful. Last but not least, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this pedal. And if you have any other pedals that you prefer over it or under it, or if this one, maybe this one is your favorite, you know, please tell me why. I'd like to know. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. You know what? There are tons of young people out there that want to get involved in music and do not have the means to do so. If you are watching this video, most likely you're a musician, and many experienced musicians have tons of broken and unwanted gear lying around that they're not doing anything with. Please visit my friends at Share the Music on Facebook at the link below and learn how you and your unwanted gear can help change somebody's life.